Broncos country, what is up? Just today from the NFL Combine, it has been kind of leaked earlier by Brandon Beane and Joe Brady in the Buffalo Bills staff, but we have just learned that Davis Webb is going to be the Broncos play caller in the 2026 season. And honestly, this is really surprising to me. I never, ever, ever thought that Davis Webb would get the opportunity to call plays here. I never thought that as long as Sean Payton was our coach here, that anybody would pretty much anybody else would be calling the plays because it has been 20 years of him having a head coaching career, and he has never not called the plays except for a couple of preseason games. Last year, he called the plays in the first one against the 49ers, second one against the Arizona Cardinals. Davis Webb was the one who called the plays against them, and Stidham and Trent Sherfield looked like world beaters, if you guys remember what that looked like. And honestly, I think this makes a lot of sense. I think at this point in his career, Sean Payton's about to be 62 years old, and he just needs to rely a lot more on the rest of his staff. And honestly, I think a lot of the shortcomings of the offense this past year had a lot to do with the fact that Sean Payton just had way too much on his plate. Okay. So Eric Dalala of the I don't know who he necessarily works for, but I figured I would put his tweet up here because I like him. Either way, he says that Broncos head coach Sean Payton said that new OC Davis Webb is extremely talented, and Webb will call the plays for the Denver offense. Sean Payton said he'll still be involved with what they do offensively, but he said he's making the decision for what's best for the team. So it's very interesting that Sean Payton feels that that is what's best for the team. Also, Mike Kliss saying or reporting this that Davis Webb is going to be calling the offensive plays. Mike Kliss out of 9 News. And yeah, so if Kliss is reporting on it and reporting on play calling duties and not Alex Singleton and not Alex Singleton extensions or Nate Adkins extensions saying that those guys are going to get 10 million a year and 6 million a year, then maybe I will trust him on this one as opposed to what I've been saying about his writing the last week. Also, throughout the combine, Sean Payton, or throughout the interview, he said that running back, linebacker, and tight end are the positions the Broncos need to address in the offseason. So there's been a lot of smoke out there about the Broncos re-signing Alex Singleton, and just straight up, I just don't think that that's going to happen anymore. I don't think that that's going to be truthful based on everything that's gone on as of late. But either way, so yeah, that's just a little interesting to me. And yeah, that's pretty fire. But either way, I'll keep this short and sweet because I will go live at 3:30 with Marquee Sports Denver. And yeah, well, anybody in the comments have anything to say? Either way, it's just really interesting. I think it's awesome that Sean Payton is going to rely on, the rest of his staff throughout the year. And, I get why people have their reservations about it. I get why people aren't like super duper excited. And I get why people aren't like super over the moon about a move like this. Because let's be honest, it is a risk. It is a risk for you to hand off play calling duties on a team that almost made the Super Bowl. That was probably a broken ankle away from winning an AFC Championship game, and ultimately, it's just going to be a huge gamble for the Denver Broncos this upcoming year. But either way, I'm excited to see what comes of it. I'm excited to see uh, what happens, and I am just really interested. Yeah, so that's pretty interesting for me to think about. But either way, yeah, as far as the other combine news that happened today, let's see. There's some funny reactions from people on Twitter. Bonix is elite says no more wide receiver screenplays to Marvin Mims for 2 yards or -3 yards. And then what else? Peyton is pissed that a media member misquoted him when talking about the Bonix broken ankle. Yeah, that was really interesting as well. But either way, yeah, I'm gonna go for just a handful more minutes here before I hop on with Mark. And ultimately, yeah, I'm just really, really excited for Davis Webb, and I'm excited for the opportunity, man. I think, operationally, there was just a lot of bad stuff out there. And yeah, Peyton, also from Gage Madrid of Broncos Syndicate, said that running back, linebacker, and tight end will be the positions to address this offseason as well. So, Peyton has said that he also just wants the Broncos to extend GM George Payton. I guess he's still talking to the media. He was only scheduled to talk for like a handful of minutes here, but it looks like he's just going and going right now. Either way, um, yeah. So that's basically what you need to know. is that going into 2025, the Denver Broncos will have a new play caller. And listen, I think the thing that really gets me excited about this is because you're getting Sean Payton's play design, but he's going to be a more CEO level head coach. And I think honestly, that's the best step at him at this stage of the career. I was never one of those people through the mid season that was like, we need to give our play calling to Davis Webb because ultimately he was a guy that had only done it for one preseason game. Granted, I remember what Stidham, I remember what Trent Sherfield looked like in that preseason game, but it was a risk. And operationally, the Broncos this year, a lot of the times it just wasn't good enough. And Sean Payton said that he is thinking more about the risks at this point in his career rather than the rewards. And it's just weird. It's just really weird, man. But either way, so yeah. I'm trying to think what else. There was something else I wanted to talk about with the Broncos, but I guess not. Okay, so Frankie's film is kind of pushing back on it. This team was a quarterback injury away from the Super Bowl, and he said he doesn't see the desire to see Sean Payton giving up play calling. You know what? This is a valid critique. This is a valid criticism for all these people. Yo, what's up, D Rock? I'm gonna go live here with Mark in a few minutes, but I just wanted to say hi to you as well. Um, but yeah, for the people that are pushing back on it, I get why you're reserved because Sean Payton has the highest points per game of any head coach in the NFL all time throughout NFL history. So, when you throw that into the equation, it's just weird. Like, I doubt you're just going to be that much better on the offensive side of the ball because you know what a Sean Payton coach team looks like. And it looks like a team that has well punched above their weight, especially on the offensive side of the ball over the past few years. But you know what? He still is learning from, his journey in being an NFL head coach is what I'm trying to say. But either way, so I'm excited about this, man. I'm excited about this. And once again, I think the one thing that I'm excited for is going to be Sean Payton taking that CEO approach and now being able to be more involved with the defense. And he's done a really good job of that over the past 2 years as well. I feel like he's been a really good coach for Vance, being more involved with the special teams. And I know that the way he operates, he has his hands in everything going on with the team. And above all else, he's just, the overseer and the culture guy. And you know what? At this point in his career, I don't mind him. I don't mind him going that route. But either way, that is going to be what I have to say about this. But yeah, I'm about to go live with Mark, but you guys let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.